Hey, welcome everyone, all you Forex trading aficionados. Tom here from Park Avenue Trading, keeping you sane in insane markets. Welcome to the weekly analysis for the upcoming week. It is Sunday at 9:43 a.m. on December 8th, 2024. And we're going to start our analysis off with good old dollar yen. I'm going to highlight some points. Dollar yen had gone into a bearish tone last week. It didn't really drop that much, didn't continue. It actually recovered off of this 149.37 level, which is an important level for us. It's like a warning. If we drop below that, then we have the next level of support at 148.57. If that goes, then the bearish move is, the bearish leg is in continuation and it's heading lower. And I'll come up with some points for that in a moment. But let's look at where we are right now and what we'd have to get above in order to show some strength on this week, saying that, hey, we're not doing it this week. Maybe we're going to trade back up, because there's always possibility that, trends reverse, and they reverse and counter trend all the time. So that's our job, is to figure out where the warning levels are. So I'm going to run some numbers, come back, and you wouldn't even know I'm gone. So hang on one second. Okay, so right now, dollar yen, all right, the warning level for potential a little bit of strength for this week is this 151.06, this level right here. It's actually this high bar's close. This is a 4-hour chart I'm looking at right there. That close on that bar right there is an important point. If it can get above this week, and it probably will touch it, it's not gonna, I would think. I mean, we got a lot of trading to do, so I would think that we're going to attempt this. No guarantees, right? I mean, we are in a bearish mode, but if we can get above this and somehow trade around this point, the next level of main resistance is 150, 190, 152. If we could get above 152, then basically it's shaking off its weakness. It hasn't broken its bearishness. It's shaking off its weakness. However, the opposite side of the coin, considering we're playing, fun with numbers, is this is the warning level, this 149.37 level. If this level breaks, we're going to attempt this 148.57 level. If that level breaks, it's opening up the bearish tone, and I got a level at 146.41. Hang on a second here. Let me fix my chart. We got the next level at 146.43. So we have to pay attention to the daily analysis. This is the weekly. I'm just giving some points out on the weekly for like milestones to look at. So, we're going to have resistance at 150, 110. We're going to have resistance at 150, 190. If we can get up there, if it breaks, it's starting to show it's shaking off its bearishness for the time being. It doesn't change to all out like breakout mode back up unless we get above like 152, 153.5. Then we could say, oh, something's up. Market is shifting gears. So I'm not too concerned with that. I'll have that on the daily analysis. So let's go over to good old sterling dollar. All right, and cable. It's basically starting to shake off bearishness. It's now neutral. These levels are still good. There's resistance up at 127.65 and 128.02. All right. In order for it to actually resume bearishness, full blown going down, it's this 124.88 level that we touched, and it could not get through it. It rebounded from that, and I would think that if we can get above this 128, say 53 level this week, it's showing strength. So cable's gone from bearishness to now neutral to then slightly bullish. So cable's a little tricky right now. It's also going to be sterling yen is going to be a key here. So that's going to be an interesting cross because sterling yen has recovered as well, hasn't really fallen, has stayed within a good trading range. There was some good trading areas on the dailies, good pivot points to trade, sell short, get in, and also go long and make money. So it was a two-way street in sterling yen. Sterling dollar, I'm going to say it's kind of slightly bullish at this point. Hasn't turned into a full bull market yet, but it's definitely shake off the idea of that cable could only go one way. It was dead. It's been dead for a long time. In other words, it's not really doing much. It tried to spike down and get through that 124.88 level. Could not do it. Now it's kind of recovering a little bit. So the points to watch this week are the 127.65, which is very close. 126.95, which is also very close. So really we got like a little rectangle right here that we got to watch this week as a means of kind of giving us an idea. Right now, as it stands, is if we can get a pullback, I would think that it's kind of like a decent buy in here. 126.50, 126 the figure, something like that. And we got that main point at 124.88 that's held. Now, if that goes, that means that it's resumed its bearish nature and it's heading back to the 120 level. Okay, let's move over to euro dollar. All right, euro dollar's been the same kind of stuff's cables in. That 106.18 is a very important point. It did spike it this week, and then it got rejected immediately. The point that we have to watch is still at 105.22, and of course the 104.70 level. Now, I've been saying that I think that euro dollar could go to parity, and I still think that could happen, but I'm not, going to just fall in love with that position. Say I'm going to be shorting euro dollar. No, I'm going to be playing the crosses mostly. I'll be playing euro yen and sterling yen before I take any real position straight in euro dollar. It's basically neutral right now to still slightly bearish. There's a lot of geopolitical stuff happening in the world that could throw technical analysis way out. I would say just follow my daily analysis because we could get some good points. If we can basically get a turn, either short or long, we might be able to get a decent move in the cross. Because I'll be most likely focusing on the cross trades. That's my specialty. I trade sterling yen, euro yen, even sometimes Swiss yen, Canada yen. Things I haven't really looked at Canada yen in a while. Maybe I will start to do some analysis on that. Because that came off from like 110, it's like 106, so that might start to get interesting a little bit. Canada yen might get interesting. All right, let's get over to euro dollar again. Just follow the daily analysis. Right now, it's kind of neutral to still bearish. It needs to get above that 106.18. If it can get above 106.18, then where's it going? Well, I think I have the levels up here already. Let's see. Yeah, 107.32 is still a good level, still a good target level of resistance. All right, so let's go over to sterling yen. All right, so hang on a second. Let's get some levels. All right, sterling yen we had in a bearish leg last week. It went down to 188.10, which is this price right here. it's basically still neutral. It's in a big rectangle right now from the top of 197.84 down to 188.10. It's really got to hold like 190 the figure, right, to show strength for the week. If it breaks below 188.10, it's opening its way up to like 186, something like that. I think sterling yen is neutral right now. It's all going to depend on dollar yen. So I'll give out some daily points that are important to watch. I believe right now I'm looking at 191 like 30. If we can break above 191.30, it's showing some strength, probably up to like 192.15 on a daily type of trade. So I'll give you that right now before I even do it. Like 191.30 is an important breakout. If I was to buy that, I'd put a stop at like 190.68. I mean, something like that. You know, thinking that I'm going to be able to get back to 192.10ish. 192 the figure, maybe a 1-to-1 risk, maybe a little bit better, maybe you get 1.5 R out of the trade, risk 1.3 R. I mean, is it worth the trade? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if it works, you get in at 30 and it starts rallying, just move your stop to entry or a little bit below entry and see what you can get out of it. But right now it is basically still kind of neutral. It's in a big rectangle. The big rectangle is really the low right here. This is it. It's a huge rectangle. 197.88. When now we could run some fib levels off of it and you can get some resistance. But I'm just really interested in like the weekly points. So I would have to say it has to get above 194 to start showing some real strength to get to that 198 level. So let me put that up there, 194. Let's go, close enough. Got to get above that in order to show any real strength. Right now, it's just trading between these two levels. If it breaks this 188, then it's opening its way back, you know, to like on a weekly point, like 185, like say 70, 185 the figure, you know, like that. So 300 points or so down. Let's go over to euro yen, final one. Okay. Euro yen is the same exact kind of deal as sterling yen. It's all going to depend on dollar yen. You know, I keep saying it, but it is what it is. Let me get some better levels here. Let me see if I can get some better levels. Okay, so I was looking at last week. Last week we had it in a bearish mode, and it actually did break down to 156.16. So that was a good call. Right now it's basically still bearish, but it's in a like kind of a bull run of a bearish leg. The only way this thing shows any type of breakout upward strength is if it gets above 164.83, and you know where are we right now? 158.58. That's 600 points. I don't think that's happening this week. But anything could happen. So the only way it breaks off its bearishness if it gets above like 165. So we're going to get some really good trading levels this week for resistance to sell against. There's going to be probably some sellers out there playing, you know, because we haven't gone bullish yet. Now, again, I keep saying the same thing. Please pay attention to the daily analysis. Come back, watch the daily. So I'll give you the points that that are pretty reactive, actually very reactive. So euro yen still bearish to, I would say we're like kind of neutral right now. I think we're trading between 159.71 and 156.16. If we break 156.16 this week, it's opening up complete bearishness again. It's probably going to 154.50, something like that. If we can get above 159.71, we're starting to show some strength. We probably get to like 161.50. So there's the crosses for you. There's the weekly analysis. Please make sure you come back, watch the daily analysis. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Leave me some comments. Google loves comments. They love the thumbs up. I really appreciate. I want to thank all the new subscribers. Thank you very much for coming on in and checking my stuff out. Appreciate it. And remember, always enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.